In anticipation of Gold Rush Season 16, Rick Ness improves massive machinery. This time around, Rick Ness isn't messing around. Violent blows. Season 16 of Gold Rush begins with the former Schnabel renter taking a risk that could end up making him a hero in the Yukon or killing his mining aspirations forever. The place he bet everything on, Rally Valley, is about to witness the most daring machines, risks, and potential payout of Rick's career. There was just one goal Rick had going into the season: extract 1,500 ounces of gold from ground. Profit isn't the only motivation behind that astronomical sum. Independence is the key. If he hit the mark, he could settle his debt to Troy Taylor and take full ownership of his claim. There's a big difference between dealing with debt and taking charge of one's own fate. The stakes are clear to Rick. An unlucky season can be fatal in the high-stakes business of gold mining in the Yukon. But instead of resigning, he redoubled his efforts. He reassured his team that things will be different this year. Now is not the time to be cautious. Everything is going Allen this season. An enormous equipment, a 750 excavator weighing 75 tons, is the backbone of Rick's spectacular new scheme. Not only is this an improvement, but it's also a share of the game. The massive excavator can do the work of 8 people in only one bite, cutting the digging time from hours to minutes. However, it had to be put together piece by piece before it could even touch the floor. Building a tower seems more like the process than assembling mining equipment. The enormous 8-ton and boom were maneuvered into place by means of a smaller digger. They pounded in steel pins. Along with the 20-ton set of tracks, a 133-ton counterbalance was fastened on. There could be no room for error. It only takes one slip-up to cause catastrophe. It was like threading a 25,000-pound needle, according to Rick. There was tremendous pressure. The crew was under extreme pressure and tensions were running high. Yet they persisted in continuing. The beast was assembled bolt by bolt, inch by inch. The sense of relief and joy was palpable as the last bits fell into place. This wasn't merely about equipment for Rick. In it, hope was central. It was the largest risk he had ever taken, he said, gazing over the newly constructed power haze. Rally Valley, however, was more than a claim in his view. Everything felt right at home. Rick is completely focused on Rally Valley, but Parker Schnabel is having trouble finding consistency elsewhere. We have covered this before. Almost $4 million worth of gold, more than 1,800 ounces, has already been expelled from Rally Valley. However, Rick is of the belief that a genuine gold mine is concealed behind the 90 feet of overburden that has been accumulating over the years. In order to get to the gold that is richest, Rick's group had to climb mountain after mountain. He thinks they'll find their greatest shot at huge multi-ounce nuggets at Bedrock. Legendary discoveries with the potential to alter the course of history. The unparalleled strength, accuracy, and longevity of the 750 excavator were purpose-built for this very task. Rick has never owned anything that could dig faster or deeper than this. It's an ideal tool for overcoming the punishing landscape of Rally Valley. The pressure was too much for Rick as he dug his first paid dirt bucket with his new machine. Would low-lying areas deliver? What a short test pan revealed. He could see dozens of little gold nuggets in bigger pieces reflecting the light. It proved it. There was more to come from Rally Valley. A flurry of activity sprung out during the coup. A rush of exhilaration washed over Rick. Seeing that gold wasn't merely encouraging. It was proof positive. If Rally Valley could achieve its potential, then all the risks, dollars, and sleepless nights were worthwhile. The 750 excavator is more than simply large. Big-scale mining is the purpose of this military machine. Its high-capacity bucket, enormous counterweight, and 8-ton boom make quick work of paid dirt. Its harsh Yukon environment was intentionally designed to make it thrive. The mining business that Rick ran last season was hampered by smaller, less powerful machines that couldn't keep up. Profits were minimized due to downtime, repayments, and inefficiency. Those restrictions do not apply this year because to the 750. Rick can now dig deeper, find pay dirt faster, and keep production rolling without constant wear and tear thanks to his new muscle. Breakdowns. Rick Ness sees this as more than simply another gold rush season. He took a year off from mining before returning, more ravenous than before. For him, Rally Valley is about more than just finding gold. It's also about finding salvation, standing on his own 2 feet, and independence. He has made his intentions quite clear. He wants to be his own boss, pay off the ground, and never answer to anyone again. Rick is certain that this could be his best season yet, thanks to his devoted crew who are more like family and the 750 excavators' royal power. A huge risk is involved. The stakes are high, but the potential payoff might alter Rick Ness's life in an irrevocable way. Everyone is watching Rally Valley as Season 16 of Gold Rush unfolds. Whether Rick's new massive machine leads him to greatness or brings him down, it all depends on his ambition. There have been more failures than successes for Rick Ness on Gold Rush. Off the claim as much as on it, the miner's life has frequently been a struggle for survival due to financial difficulties and internal conflicts. However, Rick isn't merely making a triumphant return to the Yukon as Season 16 kicks off. With the largest machinery his team has ever run, he is returning even more determined and powerful than before. Rick came back last season to show that he was still capable after taking a break from mining to deal with personal issues. Now that he has momentum, he can transform that comeback into his best season to date. Greater machinery, greater aspirations. The changes brought to Rally Valley are the key to Rick's restored vigor. The new 750 excavator is at the head of the pack. It's a gigantic 75-ton machine that can move dirt far faster than his previous machinery. Even though it was difficult to put the monster together, his operation revolved around it once it roared to life. There is more to this excavator than meets the eye. Rick's unwavering resolve to conquer seemingly insurmountable obstacles is embodied by this. Thanks to the 750's unparalleled power, his crew is able to dig through nearly 90 feet of overburden and access the rich gold reserves buried deep at bedrock. Rally Valley, where fortunes are won or lost. With the production of over 1,800 ounces of gold, Rally Valley has demonstrated its capability and generated over $4 million. On the other hand, Rick thinks the best is still to come. Local legend has said that Molio nuggets could be buried far down. The greater the depth, the greater the stakes, and the greater the possible payoff. This is more than simply another mining site to Rick. It is an opportunity to secure a future that will last. He gets one step closer to his goal of complete ownership, debt-free living, and independence with every dose of purchased weed. Workers banded together. Rick's return is about more than simply working with dangerous machinery and terrain. Who he associates with is also important. Despite the difficulties he faced last season, his crew was devoted in their support of him and his organization. Their unity is stronger than ever before as they embark on Season 16 thanks to everyone's renewed attention and drive. There is more of a sense of family than of a workplace among the co-workers. For Rick, that harmony may hold the key to his greatest triumph, transforming his risk into a sure bet. At the beginning of the season, Rick Ness carries the lessons he has learned and the unwavering resolve of a man who refuses to give up. He is now a more resilient and astute miner as a result of his personal and professional hardships. Rick is certain that Season 16 will be his turning point now that he has his staff, his equipment, and his claim. The Rick Ness that fans have come to know and love will no longer be a survivor. His goal is to succeed. Powerful, intelligent, and ravenous like never before. Alan is Rick at Rally Valley.